traditional rulers across Nigeria, for instance.
What stops us from having a consensus candidate?
That will be
I wanted to witness what I was going to go through. I wanted my brother to witness what I was going to go through, so that tomorrow.
Welcome once again to Open Conversations with Frederick E. De Henry. As usual, I will be speaking with, I have two guests today. One from overseas, from the diaspora, Noibo, woman who just came to join us. Yeah, and then I also have one of us here. I will give them the honor to introduce themselves. I will start from the woman who has joined us from overseas.
Thank you for having me anyway. I'm glad to be here. My name is Princess Augusta Oghogho Aguinede. I am originally from Emohi, East and West local government area, Ekpoma.
Okay.
That's where I am from. Then, but I reside in Canada, Alberta, Calgary, Canada. I am a lawyer by profession, Nigerian trained lawyer by profession. And I'm also in USA trained nurse. I have an MBA healthcare administration, Strayer University, USA, Washington, D.C., where I got to take interest in running a community outreach, basically a non-governmental organization. So that's what I came for. Every year, like annually, we give organization is called Compassion for Women and Youth Initiative.
Compassion for Women and Youth Initiative. Oh, yeah. Beautiful.
So if you go to the website, it's Compassion for Women and Youth Initiative.com or .org, whichever one. We give the priorities to give free healthcare screening to widows, orphans, and indigent folks.
Well, I'll come to that. So we have some time to spend.
Okay.
I'd like to dwell. As a matter of fact, that was my interest in wanting to interact with you. Let me come to Bros. Please let's pause with you.
Okay. Good evening, or good afternoon, or good day, wherever you are. It's a pleasure to be with you, Frederick. My name is Vincent Abulu. I reside in Lagos here. I'm also from Ekpoma, from Uhiele, Ehale particularly. And I am a logistics consultant.
Welcome. I am really delighted to have you here. Princess, I don't understand it. You are a lawyer. A lawyer can go turn a nurse. Help me understand.
Okay.
Help me understand.
I was called to bar June 9, 2000. We were the first set in Buhari, Abuja. We opened Abuja Law School. After my call to bar, I was posted to Share Warri. And initially, I wanted to be my dream was to be a High Court judge, or probably end up as a Supreme Court judge.
Not a son.
Well,
because that's what you would always hear people say.
I mean, there were so many reasons why I wanted to do that, because I wanted to actually help the oppressed, the needy,
okay,
the voiceless.
Okay.
Because I grew up where my voice would have been shut down, if not maybe timely intervention. I would actually have been shut down. I fought my way to be heard.
Who was shutting your voice down?
Okay. That takes us to another.
Yeah, I'm interested. Where you say somebody was.
I grew up in a polygamous setting.
Okay.
I'm an only child, the first child of my late mother, and the first child of my father. I have two step mothers, step parents, but I grew up in a place where females are actually not regarded as children.
Is that so? Does that still exist?
Well, it existed for me.
Okay.
But I don't know now
Okay.
You know, as at that time, that's how I felt.
Okay.
I felt unwanted. I felt not needed.
By who?
By my father.
Okay.
And the environment around me. The only person I had then was my mom. It got to a point that when you hear people say, oh, the person committed suicide, or the person jumped into the drowned, you don't know actually what actually set them off. But I thank God I had a mother who was willing to go the 9 yards for me.
Wow.
My mother, part of the reason why I have this NGO is because of my mom. That heart, compassionate heart.
She's still living?
No, my mom died 2014.
Wow.
9 years ago.
My condolences, please.
Thank you. So she actually told me, she said, you love to read. Because then, I don't know whether the brain is still there now. If you give me James Hadley Chase or any of those, Miss and Bone, I can finish it and summarize it to you in within 2 hours.
Wow.
I'm not good in maths, although I managed to pass maths, C6. To read law that time in Edo State University, you have to have a C during IE. There was the best law faculty in the whole country.
Yeah, that's true.
So I studied. After I did four numbers, they said you do 5, then you can get a C. After I finished the 5, the 6th one I was drawing human being. So I said, at least this one will give me a C.
Yeah.
Well, back to the conversation. I grew up in an environment where I had to really learn how to fend for myself. If I take away my wig right now, the center of my head, there is no hair here.
Please don't take it away.
And I won't. Why I'm telling you this, I can fry gari. There's no any type of farming that I don't know how to do, because that was what was used in training me.
Yeah.
My mother actually didn't go to school. She had this standard 6 as at that time, but she can read and write.
Yeah.
But she told me, because since I couldn't go to school, you want to go to school, I will train you. She does this school are not, this school are not business, and there's money.
Okay.
If you see me in campus that time, you think I'm one of those big men's children, because by the time you sell one basket of cola nut, you have 50K, 20K. You know what I mean in your pocket. Yeah, I'm a big girl in the campus now. But those who know me knows that on weekend I go to the village to go and help my mom. We had pineapple orchards, plantation, cassava farm. If you go to my Facebook and you say I'm a cassava farmer, it's not just because I'm joking.
Wow.
That's how I grew up.
You're also a social media influencer. I see that you have quite a few followership.
Well, if you say so, I don't regard myself like that, but I just have.
You have quite a handful of followership.
So that's actually influenced my life, because I looked at my mother, because sometimes this woman will sit down at night, cry herself to sleep. When somebody is in pain. And I used to ask her, I say, Mom, why did you marry such a person? It doesn't regard you as a wife, it doesn't regard me as a child.
Second or third wife?
Oh,
somewhere.
They were just gallivanting and all that.
Okay.
So, to cut the long story short, I went to school through my mom's help and all that. But I won't lie to you, I went through a lot of pain. That inner pain.
Yeah.
That not being accepted. But it got to a point now that at the end of the time, there's a stage a child gets to. You become self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Then you now want to embrace me as a child, or as that bond is no longer there anymore.
Is he still alive?
No, he died.
Did
7 years.
Did you connect with him properly before he died? Well,
how do I say? We talk? I don't know anything about connection. We talk. How are you, sir? And all that. If he's sick, I send money. They treat him and all. Not what a child would do for a father.
Could you have behaved the way he behaved ignorantly? Was there a particular reason he would have a problem with Augusta, for instance?
No, I don't think he behaved ignorantly, because my stepmom actually threatened me that except she tells my father to train me, my father would not train me.
So
And she just,
could it be under her influence that it
yes, could it be? It was under her influence because she threatened me, and I don't know what you know in Isha land, sir. You know when a woman do you like this and say, bet. Yeah, when I back training, I'm sorry. Should I?
No, why not? Why not?
Yeah, when I back training, rather training. Yeah, when I back no, I train you. It wasn't like she said it to me only. It was open.
Yeah.
And from that day, my father never. I don't owe my father a peso.
Did she really mean it? Could she, you know? I mean, let me drag you into this conversation, bros. But before I get there, I need to take a little breather. Traditional rulers across Nigeria, for instance,
to witness what I was going to go through. I wanted my brother to witness what I was going to go through, so that tomorrow.
Yeah, Bro Sabulu, I wanted to bring you into that conversation. You know, where she talked about polygamy, she seemed to be. I'm a product of polygamy, but I'm not sure I have. If there's a best polygamy, you know, I think mine will probably win an award. My mom died pretty early. You know, I was still in primary school, maybe about 12. I grew up with my stepmom, but to date, my mom is late. My stepmom is still alive, but nothing would. If I didn't tell you she's not just me, we're like many. If we didn't tell you she's not the woman who gave birth to us, there's nothing to believe. So it was such a fantastic woman.
Very lucky.
So I don't know. What do you it appears like you have a semblance of
Yes, I have a stepmom as well. Even though my mom died recently, my biological mom died recently. My stepmom is still alive. My dad is alive. You know, so what I want to, my own perspective is that, however you may look at it, there's always a difference there between a biological child and a biological parent, whether father or mother. But sometimes, and in most cases, the step parent will always want to show the world that that there's a difference between herself, in most cases the woman now, and the child. And in most cases it's always negative, because in I'm sorry for, I thought that would happen more, because in your case you are female. I thought that would usually happen more if you were a male who,
that was what I thought.
would threaten her or something by.
That's what I thought.
Now she pointed out that the woman threatened her.
Threatened me in front of everybody.
Yes, the woman must have felt that since she is the first.
Yes.
That is the first.
I'm the first child of the family.
I see.
She will block whatever positive vibrations that will come.
Okay, so that attention can be more.
Exactly, and that was it. That was the attention.
You know, so there's always that issue of competition. Now you wonder, where is the competition
coming from? Exactly.
More often than not, the women in we're talking about will always regret it.
Yeah, well, naturally so. Yeah. I mean, you don't.
They will always see that there was no need for all that competition. There was no need for all that competition. Like you said, nevertheless, there are women also who are naturally good.
Yeah, that's right.
Irrespective of whether the child is has or not. You know, and that's what I normally tell people, that it takes the grace of God for a mother to treat another
Person's child, like their own.
Like their child. Yeah.
It takes the grace of God.
Yeah.
Because that difference will always be there.
It definitely will be there. But there's a point I need to also get to.
Okay.
The things that your stepmom said to you, is it impossible that your mom could also have used such language
No,
at you?
no.
Because I do know that
Because
sometimes, yes.
I had 2 stepbrothers before she was married. Before they brought this, our 3rd step. I'm not talking about my 2nd stepmother.
Okay.
The one that gave birth to 2 boys never treated me with disdain.
Traditional rulers, across Nigeria, for instance,
I wanted to witness what I was going to go through. I wanted my brother to witness what I was going to go through, so that tomorrow